I missed you. My old friend. All of you.
Well, we've been aware of you.
Yes, rather a splendid achievement, if I may say so.
Luck. Hard work and luck.
Nothing to do with it. Either of them.
Well, if it hadn't have been me, it would have been one of you.
Oh, no, it was always going to be you, John.
You finally did it. Full motor neuron reversal. So come on. Tell us what we're all burning to know, Professor Gaskell. Can it be done again?
I'm close.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Professor, your patient's arrived. He collapsed en route.
Excuse me.
Professor Gaskell, I'm Mr. Valentine. I'm afraid Miss Naylor's tied up in theatre.
You're her number 2.
I wouldn't say that.
Patient's autonomic system is shut down due to compression of the spinal cord. He's profoundly shocked, hypertensive.
That'll affect his treatment.
Only if we let it. Give him 2 liters of plasma expander and a starting infusion of NORAD, 0.2 micrograms per kilo per minute.
I took a glance at the notes. You're using a tissue scaffold laced with stem cells.
Progenitor cells to grow back the part we're taking from him.
How on earth do you go about getting approval for something like that?
Well, first you have to make a man walk again.
Sorry, I just meant, if those cells have been treated with the growth factor...
Let's talk some other time. I hear you have ideas to pitch. My door's open.
Thank you. David?
Surprised you're not getting in on this too, Mr. Valentine. A chance for us all to witness the future firsthand.
You're here for the project, though.
Sorry?
Ms. Macmillan's project, the VR simulator.
Oh, she gave up on that. Turns out I'm not such a viable candidate after all, though, to be honest, how she can be expected to focus when her old friend comes jetting in with this kind of challenge? Trust me, she'd be the first to say it. There's only one team to be on now.
As soon as they are done, can you run an EEG in the mother? If there's no brain activity, then we have to make a decision about the fetuses.
Fine.
You okay?
I don't know, I'm sorry.
Hey. Come on. In here. What's going on?
Oh, I don't know, I just feel strange. It's like the professor arrives and I suggest that you do something to immerse him and then suddenly we need ECMO.
And?
Well, you introduced ECMO to the hospital. Don't you think that's weird?
I've never made the link.
And then there were twins. Kim had twins.
See, what are you saying?
I'm just really worried. I can't explain it. It's like someone's trying to tell me something.
Right, well, maybe just trust the science, not superstition. I know what I'm doing. She will be okay. So will the babies.
Hi, I'm so sorry to disturb you, but I think there's something you should come and see.
Having quite the time of it today, David, isn't he? It's like he's never been away.
Yes, he's been really
Wasn't quite sure what to make of it when he told me.
Told you?
Oh, you're not going to deny it, are you? You know what I'm talking about, your little video game solution, your project. The project I gave you, the project your husband tells me you abandoned because he isn't even a viable candidate.
Yes, I abandoned
You said
it,
nothing when I mentioned it earlier.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand what you want.
Okay, well, here's a thought out of left field. How about the tiniest sliver of respect for who I am and what I do?
Mr. Valentine, can I speak to you?
Not now.
It's Professor Hopkins. Do you think he's okay? I mean, I tried to ask him for the notes earlier on, and he stumbled. There was nobody around him. He just brushed it off.
Yes, well, it turns out he may be a lot more lucid than you may have been led to believe by Ms. Macmillan.
No, it was more the way that he reacted to her, like he was embarrassed.
That's because he fell.
Well, one of the nurses said she saw the same thing happen earlier. He was getting angrier.
Nurse Chilton, please just get on with whatever it is you need to do. Today is...
Third heartbeat. I don't understand how it could have happened.
It's much smaller.
Oh, they must have missed it on our 20-week scan.
The little thing must have been hiding behind one of the others.
So this is...
Triplets.
Looks like superfetation.
Come on, what now?
Superfetation. It means she got pregnant whilst already pregnant.
Well, no,
it's rare, like so rare, like 1 in a million rare.
So this is a miracle baby.
Mm.
Sasha. Yes, have you seen Jack?
She's supposed to be with Gaskell.
All right. Before you start going on about me wasting NHS resources, I did it on my break. I swapped the frame with some disgusting painting I found on Prt2. I'll get him another one. Anyway, it's starting to grow on me. I think I'm starting to see what it represents. The fact that it's unfinished is...
I'm sure he'll love it.
Cool.
So, what do you mean she's supposed to be with Gaskell?
Oliver, with me.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you first, and now seems like as good a time as any to inform you that I think you're right. You've done absolutely nothing for me, clearly never planned to, and while usually that feeds me with sufficient ammunition for a Friday night spent alone cleaning my bathroom and guzzling gin, I feel empty. Yeah, I'm not having any fun.
Haven't we been here before?
An apology from you is the last thing I expect, or care about. But you have to acknowledge my resignation.
Is it in writing?
It will be. What is this?
A test of skill over willpower or whatever you coined. Have a seat.
I'm serious.
Not serious enough. That's part of the problem. Which artery comes off the aorta to supply the spinal cord with blood, and why focus on it?
Jack, my plan is to finish the day here, and then...
Just sit down!
The artery of Adamkiewicz, you have to make sure that the graft doesn't occlude the outflow from that vessel.
So you just go ahead with this kind of experimental implant?
I'd want to see the entire clinical trial timeline. I'd want certification from the approved boards. I'd want to know who I was dealing with, see where the tissue came from, and with the stakes this high, I'd want reassurances.
It's not about him.
I'd want more reassurances than just one man's word.
You're missing the point.
You think it should be delayed?
Is that what you think?
I think you owe me an apology. Okay, have it your way. You're afraid. And I'd go so far as to say for some reason you're terrified, but I won't be your escape clause.
I give you one chance and you blow it. Your arrogance astounds me, but your stupidity is breathtaking.
Tumours in the spinal canal and circling the aorta, causing paralysis and extreme weakness. Been suffering excruciating back pain and no sensation at all in this leg. Correct, Michael?
Yeah.
The scaffold will be 3D printed, laced with stem cells, trimmed to size, and once the tumour's been removed safely, inserted.
Sorry, and this will then grow back the part that you've removed from the patient?
If I'm not mistaken, you're suggesting the spine will also have enhanced regenerative properties after injury.
Correct.
Can I ask about the makeup of the cells? I mean...
Ms. Naylor.
Gaskell's just been filling us in on the future of medicine.
Ms. Naylor, of course, will be...
Ms. Naylor will be performing the only role that matters. Unless the real surgery gets done, nobody gets to play with any new toys. I'll need to see the aortogram and contrast CT. I want to see the feeding vessels, this tumour, if I have to isolate it. And as lead surgeon on this, I'll need access to my own team and equipment. The operation will take place in my theatre on Darwin Ward. I suggest you get him prepped.
Sorry about that. It's been a very tricky time, the merger. Everyone's very tense. She's not normally like that.
Well, with what she's been through, I'm surprised she's even functioning. I'm not sure I'd be.
Sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Well, she lost her sister.
We all did.
Her core temperature is increasing lactates and she's cardiovascularly stable.
That's great.
Urine output's much better, so she's well perfused. Told you it was all up to control. Yes?
My ring. I don't know where it is.
Okay, well, maybe you just left it somewhere? Or...
I've checked everywhere.
There was me thinking that marriage was just a bourgeois conceit.
I told you today was... Just forget it.
Look, the patient is getting better. The babies are going to be fine. You've just lost a ring. I can help you look for it. We can retrace your steps.
Look, I know we risk losing people every day, but superfetation? When do you hear of that? I mean, you might have seen it, but I haven't. And this is not superstition. It's not me.
But I never said it was. I said to trust the science. Well,
Well, you trust it, but it's a risk.
ECMO's there to reduce risk. I'm not doing all this because I get some sort of a thrill from it.
Aren't you? You don't get a buzz? I mean, I understand you're bringing people back from the brink, but it's...
That's not what ECMO is for me. It's not a thrill. It's control. It's something I can trust. It's the way that where limitations stop most doctors. I get to carry on, operating outside of the margins.
ECMO is your friend.
Yeah, if you like.
ECMO is your life-affirming friend.
Yes, exactly.
Professor would like to see the real heroes of this place, and before you put your foot in it, Mr. DeLuca, that's us nurses. Come on.
Look, it'll turn up. Stop thinking it symbolises Armageddon.
Hey. How you doing? Been looking into this miracle. Patient zero, Laszlo Furs of Hungary. Do you know the professor himself has Hungarian roots? It parades him around to the public, to the media. But it's so controlled. It's never to doctors nor trained medics. Has anyone exactly examined the patient zero, you know? Looked at the workings, had them verified? I'm not denying he made a man walk again. I mean, that's incredible. But, you know, why keep him hidden away? Did I ever tell you that when I feel anxious about an operation, I practice my blood triads in my head? This is Levy's triad of bleeding. All blood comes from cut blood vessels. All bleeding eventually stops.
Come on in. Well, this is more than I expected. Thank you. Look, I'll keep this brief. I know how busy you are. And this is exactly why it had to be you that saw this first. I hear there's been talk of flashy titles. Director of Surgical Innovation or something. You can just call me John. Professor Gaskell, whatever you normally use here. If I'm lucky, they'll paint me as solipsistic. Normally it hovers around the self-obsessed narcissist mark. I'm neither. I have no interest in myself, only the end goal. And anyone that can help me to achieve that, or who functions with a similar obsessiveness, I admire deeply. But look, I'm new to school, and every new kid needs a friend. Now, I know many of you must have questions, so I thought it best just to show you first. I know what I need to do, and if you guys can continue to provide the environment that you do so immaculately.
Professor, you do realize this hospital is falling apart at the seams, right?
No, I'm not talking about what the trust or what successive governments may have done. No, I'm talking about the fire behind your eyes, the smiles on your faces. Serious people that want to affect change, but want to have a good time along the way. My end, test tubes, stem cells. Yours, hearts and minds. Don't think I don't know about your concern for the numbers of clinical nursing staff retiring, Nurse Jackson. Or your proposal to increase nurse staffing budgets, Nurse Harrison.
As if that'd stick.
This is simply My version of those.